Hello friends, welcome to the channel again. In this series, we will explore London. Since it was a short visit, we will only be able to show you some selective places from the city. As we just arrived from London Stansted, we decided to leave our luggage near Victoria Station. There are plenty of shops around Victoria where you could leave your luggage for around €6 per piece and explore the city in peace. Today, our first list on the menu, the Natural History and the British Museum. Therefore, we caught a tube to Tottenham Court Road, which took roughly about 15 to 20 minutes from Victoria Station. In the later part of afternoon, we will head to a boat ride on the River Thames. We now have a Stegosaurus skeleton in front of us, which is famously displayed here. The distinctive plates along its back and spiked tail make it one of the most recognizable dinosaurs. The museum is well known for its impressive dinosaur exhibits and the dramatic Earth Hall, which is visible in the background with the large globe structure and cosmic design. Experience the power of an ancient earthquake at the British Museum's Earthquake Simulation. Earthquake Simulation in the Natural History Museum in London, which demonstrates the impact of the 1995 Kobe earthquake in Japan. Visitors can step onto a platform that mimics the ground movements experienced during the Kobe earthquake, giving a realistic sense of the power and destruction caused by tectonic forces. You can actually feel the ground tremble beneath your feet as the groceries also begin to vibrate. Truly realistic. The Natural History Museum and the British Museum offer a lot of interesting things for everyone that are free of cost. There is so much to explore here that we cannot cover this in this short video. However, we have tried here to show you only a few interesting and prominent collections due to time constraints. Here we see a display of Sikh weaponry and attire. The distinctively stacked metal rings on the right are chakrams or koi, traditional Sikh warrior weapons associated with the Akli Nihang warriors. These rings could be thrown at high speeds to slice through armor or limbs. The tall, conical shape is often part of a dastar banga, a battle-ready turban used by Nihang Sikhs to carry these weapons during combat. The robe to the left is likely ceremonial, adorned with intricate patterns reflecting cultural and historical significance. This is the famous automaton known as Tipu's tiger, housed in the Victoria and Albert Museum V&A in London. The wooden, life-size model depicts a tiger savaging a European soldier, symbolizing Tipu Sultan's resistance against British colonial forces in the late 18th century. The piece includes mechanical components that, when operated, simulate the tiger's growls and the man's cries. We found the visit to the British Museum and the Natural History Museum very exciting. However, as mentioned earlier, due to time constraints, we had to wrap it up quickly. Now it was time for a lunch before we embark on our boat ride on River Thames. In the British Museum, you will find some cafeterias. However, we decided to explore something more interesting that would suit our taste buds a bit better. Here are quite a few Indian restaurants near the British Museum, offering authentic chai and traditional dishes. We headed to freshly brewed chai that would give off a cozy, spicy, and inviting vibe, perfect for a break after exploring the museum's exhibits. We are now at Westminster Pier for our River Thames boat ride, which is the boarding point for our ride to Greenwich. We now see London Eye, a giant Ferris wheel located on the south bank of the River Thames. The wheel has 32 enclosed capsules and offers panoramic views of the city. In the background, you can see historic buildings like the County Hall, which once served as the headquarters of the Greater London Council, as well as modern high-rises. The tall, pointed monument you see is Cleopatra's Needle, located along the Victoria Embankment by the River Thames in central London. The large white building in the background is Showmex House, a well-known London landmark. The bridge in the foreground is Blackfriars Bridge, which spans the River Thames. In the background, the dome of St. Paul's Cathedral is clearly visible, an iconic London landmark designed by Sir Christopher Wren. Additionally, the modern skyscrapers in the distance are part of London's financial district, including buildings like the Leadenhall building known as the Cheese Grater and 22 Bishopsgate. On the right you can see Tate Modern, a renowned modern art gallery housed in the former Bankside Power Station on the south bank of the River Thames in London. The pedestrian bridge visible on the left is the Millennium Bridge, which connects St. Paul's Cathedral to the Tate Modern. Now you can see the Shakespeare's Globe Theatre in London. The circular, white building with its distinctive timber framing is a modern reconstruction of the original Elizabethan playhouse associated with William Shakespeare. The striking glass skyscraper in the background is One Blackfriars, often nicknamed the Vase due to its distinctive, twisting shape. This modern building stands near Blackfriars Bridge and is part of London's changing skyline. This video prominently features the Shard, the tallest building in the United Kingdom, with its sharp, glass-clad, pyramidal design. Located near London Bridge, it's one of the most recognizable landmarks along the River Thames. In the foreground, you can also see modern riverside developments, including the distinctive round metal framework of the building at One London Bridge. The red building with arched windows on the right is quite distinctive and is part of the riverside developments along the Thames. This area is known for its mix of modern apartments and repurposed Victorian warehouses, reflecting London's maritime heritage. This image shows HMS Belfast, a historic Royal Navy warship permanently moored on the River Thames near Tower Bridge. HMS Belfast is part of the Imperial War Museum and serves as a floating museum, giving visitors a glimpse into life on board a World War II-era warship. We are now in front of the most famous landmark in London, the Tower Bridge, which obviously needs no introduction. What a wonderful and unforgettable experience! In this footage, you see a traditional Thames sailing barge moored along the river bank, with its distinctive red brown sails and classic wooden rigging. The surrounding building suggests this is in the Shad Thames or St. Catherine Docks area near Tower Bridge. We now see the skyline of Canary Wharf, one of London's major financial districts. Canary Wharf, located on the Isle of Dogs, became a financial hub in the late 20th century and is home to many global banks, financial institutions, and businesses. The foreground shows the quieter, historic dockside areas, contrasting with the sleek, contemporary skyline ahead. We now see St. Mary's Church in Rotherhithe, along the River Thames. The church's distinctive white spire and clock are well-known landmarks in this area. Rotherhithe has deep maritime connections, being home to the Mayflower Pub, from where the Mayflower ship set sail for America in 1620. The surrounding brick buildings reflect the area's industrial and docklands history. We are passing through a part of London rich with maritime heritage, close to the Brunel Museum and the Old Rotherhithe docks. This is the old Royal Naval College in Greenwich, London. Designed by Sir Christopher Wren, this architectural masterpiece sits along the River Thames and is part of the Maritime Greenwich UNESCO World Heritage Site. The two domes you see are iconic and frame the view toward the Royal Observatory on the hill behind. The college has a rich history, originally serving as a hospital for seamen and later as a training facility for the Royal Navy. Today, it houses the University of Greenwich and Trinity Laban Conservatoire of Music and Dance. This is the Cutty Sark, a historic British clipper ship located in Greenwich, London. Built in 1869, it was one of the fastest tea clippers of its time, designed to transport tea from China to Britain. The ship is now a museum and is uniquely displayed on a glass structure, giving the illusion that it's floating above ground while allowing visitors to walk underneath its hull. The Cutty Sark is part of the Royal Museum's Greenwich and stands near the old Royal Naval College and the Greenwich Meridian. It's a popular landmark along the Thames and a must-see for maritime history enthusiasts. It was a long, busy day, and we finally can end our day. We will now head back to our homestay in Penge in southeast London. Hope you enjoyed the video and stay tuned for the next episode.